What's up, how you doing? Here we are, beautiful day today. Beautiful day, slightly cool but not very cool, comfortable. Got some steak here we're gonna make. This is a prime cut New York strip. You can see it right there. We're gonna pan it. So I have organic butter. Organic butter, it's salted, and we have garlic, salt and pepper. That's all you need for a steak. You can put more things, you can put sauce in there, you can sweeten it up, you can add all kind of stuff, but for steak I prefer salt and pepper, and once in a while garlic. So a lot of people say, and I've never said this in real life, but a lot of people say when they're about to begin something, they say, without further ado. I don't know. I don't say that. Why? Unnecessary. And then we flip it over. So I kept it out of the fridge for a bit, bring it to almost room temperature, so that cooks evenly. Some people say that's just a myth, and those are the same people that believe in other myths. So we're going to heat the pan up. Really nice out today. At night, when I'm at home, I can put 5 or 6 cloves of garlic in there, but now I'm going out, and I don't want to scare away the vampires, so we're going to put just a little bit of powdered garlic. Give it a spin. Cold water, but I didn't put ice this time because I'm out of ice. Delicious. Put the steak in. Oh, you hear that? Smells good. So that Tyson-Jake Paul fight has been on my mind again, and I was watching some footage from, I don't know, before the summer, and Tyson looked amazing. I know it wasn't against a sparring partner or anything like that, so you got to think about that, but he looked amazing. He had the hand speed was there, the power was there, not, like I said in the other video, not the snap. The snap was not what it was, what it was back in the 80s, and early 90s, but you know, there was Snap there, and even I was looking at that thinking, you know, maybe, you know, from his training and all of that, that he's gotten in really good shape and he can pull it off, you know, because in boxing, it just takes a good punch to win a fight, you know, but then the fight came, and I have to qualify this by saying that he got sick during the summer. And when I say he got sick, he got really sick. So you can read about it. You know, they had to give him blood, and he lost a lot of weight in the hospital. And I don't know if it was enough time for him to recover when he took this fight. November from the summer is not that long. Maybe he needed a year. But at 58, you know, how much time can you wait? I mean, how much can you wait? Oh, we got a good sear. We got a good sear. That's a good sear. I don't know why I use my hand. I have one of these tongs. So anyway, and another thing I'm going to say, the guy he used as a trainer, a coach, that's a UFC guy. Okay, boxing, UFC, both fighting sports, but they're different. You know, if you were fighting the UFC, yeah, that's who you go with. You go with that guy. But and also, interruptions. But also, your coach should be older than you. Mike Tyson's 58. He should have got a guy who was like 70. The coach he got was, I think, like 51. You know, I mean, your coach should be older than you. And in this sport, you should have gotten a boxer, a guy who trains boxers. Like if the guy that trained Rocky Marciano, Charlie, what's his name there? Charlie. Can't think of the last name, but Charlie, if he was still alive, that's who you'd go with. He ended up going with a UFC guy. I was not impressed with that. UFC guy should train UFC guys. And like I said, rule of thumb, your coach should be older than you. Like your parents should be older than you. Kind of like that. Nice sear, both sides. Yeah, you need a high temperature, sear in the juices, keep the inside nice and pink, kill the bacteria, and then you're good to go. Charlie something. Now that's going to get on my nerves. I can't think of the name. And I know the name because I've read about him many times. That's who they based Mickey on, Rocky. They based Mickey on Rocky Marciano's trainer. Partially, I think. Might have been like a mixture of people in there. Well, you know, Rocky Balboa fought when he was in his 50s against the Dixon, Mason Dixon, Mason the Line Dixon. I did not like that opponent. I thought he was the weakest one out of the entire series. I did not like Antonio Tarver. I like him as a boxer in real life. I thought he was a very intelligent fighter. Very intelligent, period. Not just a fighter. But in the movie, I didn't like him. I didn't like his acting. I didn't find him impressive. I didn't find him, you know, kind of like, I looked at him as a middleweight, even though he's really a heavyweight. But for me, I would have picked someone else. Yeah, he was, you know, I liked Apollo Creed. He was believable. Mr. T, like that, you know, had that angry man. You know, you were like, yeah, how's he going to beat this guy? Ivan Drago. But Mason Dixon, I didn't like. You know, and Rocky, I think, and that was supposed to be in his, that was 55 years old, even though he was older in real life. I think he was like 58, 59. And even Stallone, when he was doing the fight, he looked like, you know, he was having a hard time, even though it was all choreographed. So anyway, I'm going to go get a plate. And I will be back. Fresh one, because that's used. Alright, I am back. The steak is done. I put it inside to rest. Now I'm gonna make some eggs too. Why? Because steak and eggs go together. And I never knew that. But one time I was watching a Bonanza episode many years ago. Olive oil. I was watching a Bonanza episode, and at the beginning, Ben Cartwright, I think he told Hoss Cartwright, his son, maybe Little Joe was with him, but it was the two or the three of them. Anyway, he said, let's go, he points to the saloon. Let's go in there, he goes, and get steak and eggs. And I go, that goes together, steak and eggs? I never knew that. And then I tried it, and I go, it does go together. So anyway, I cleaned the pan. I have brand new eggs here, organic eggs, brand new, just bought them. Got a little dandelion thing. Anyway, so we are going to get pretty strong. Yeah. So yeah, I never knew that. Steak and eggs. Now when I go to a breakfast place, like we're traveling or something, my eyes zoom in the menu, and if I see steak and eggs, I tell the lady steak and eggs. And she's like, how do you want them? And I said, over medium. I don't like my eggs slimy. Even though I will say I used to, not anymore, but what was it, back in the 6th grade, I used to eat raw eggs. Things jumping at me. I used to eat raw eggs in the morning. So, back in the 6th grade, I started taking a shower every day, every morning. That was my routine. And while taking a shower, I would think in my head, oh no, I gotta eat the raw eggs now. It was a snappy breakfast for me. Boom, boom, I'm done, right? So I had this big glass, I put the egg in there, and then I slow motion watch it slide down. And it felt like not the best tasting and not the best feeling. But now we flip it over. They joined like conjoined twins here. Oh, how that happened. Flip it over. Oh, that one broke a little bit, but that's okay. So anyway, I'm not a fan of slimy eggs. I don't do the raw thing, and I haven't done it in decades. I didn't know then about salmonella and all that stuff. All right, I'm gonna go get a plate. I will be right back. I'm gonna bring my meal here and enjoy it underneath the blue sky. All right, I am back. I overcooked the eggs a little bit, but that's better than undercooked. That's okay. Very good. I'm remembering Bonanza, Ben Cartwright, steak and eggs. Got to see that episode. Good episode. Yeah, that's good. I cut the fat off. I don't eat the fat. Yeah. I don't know. You can see that. Pink. Pink. Delicious. Great flavor. So Charlie Goldman, Rocky Marciano's trainer, can't get better. Almost lost a piece of steak. Anyway, can't get better than that. Customato, Angelo, I was going to say Dundee. Is it Dundee? Yeah, Angelo Dundee. I was thinking of Crocodile Dundee for a second. Another great coach. Roach. Another great Roach. Mickey Roach, right? Is that Mickey Roach? Guy with the Parkinson's there. He's got a gym up the street. I don't know what's going on here. This is good stuff. That is good. Get that. Medium rare. I want to say even the production value, the cinematography, if you want to call it that, of boxing events has changed a lot. There used to be a more serious look to it. They'd have Merchant there. Sometimes they'd have Sugar Ray Leonard doing the analysis. Larry Merchant. George Foreman did it for HBO for a while. Had a more serious feel to it. Now, kind of feels like pro wrestling. You know, they have these very young people calling the shots. It's very flashy looking, and it doesn't resemble the boxing of the old days, which I kind of, miss. Kind of miss that. But as I was saying before about Mike Tyson, man, I wish that he came out like the old Tyson. I know Father Time waits for no one, but I wanted to see Mike Tyson come out kind of like the opening of Hagler-Hearns fight back in the mid-'80s. I want to see that kind of an opening. Tyson had the stamina, the ability to withstand punches, but that's all in the past. I don't like the fat. You know, I just thought the funny thing is when you, not now because I'm older, but when I was a kid, because people had, more comfort talking down to you when you're a kid than they do when you're a little bit older. When you're a little bit older, they kind of keep quiet about it. But I remember I'd be invited somewhere, for dinner, and they'd have steak. Now, I don't eat the fat around the edges. I cut it off. I don't find that appealing to me. I don't like it. And at the end, you'd have a bunch of fat pieces, like I'm accumulating here. And the host would look at me and say, "Hey, you're throwing the best part out." I'm like, "Where? This is the best part? If this is the best part, then why don't they cut that off and sell it for like $30? I want to tell them, you want to eat that, eat it. Don't worry about what I'm eating. I don't eat the fat. Oh. But they'd always say that. Throwing out the best part. And generally, relatives would say that. Anyway, I'm going to finish eating my steak and eggs, and I'll be back later. Ciao for now.